Hello friends, welcome back to Premo Cooks. I'm Danielle Premo, and today I'm super stoked to show you one of my favorite snacky, yummy, delicious recipes. It is a pesto, but a non-traditional pesto. It's more of a pesto rosa, which is a Sicilian type of pesto that uses sun-dried tomatoes. We have these beauties here, these sun-dried tomatoes, that the first step you want to do at home, which I've already done, is take these 1.5 cups and soak them in boiling hot water, which we've done over here. So we have boiling hot water that have been sitting on these tomatoes for 15 minutes. And now that they've been soaking and rehydrating, we get to strain off this liquid like so. I'll recover our overboard sun-dried tomatoes. And then we're gonna save this liquid because we might use it when we mix up our pesto. So I'll just leave this here. We have our tomatoes ready to go. Next thing we're gonna do, once we have our food processor ready, I'm gonna take this garlic. The recipe calls for 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. This is 3 cloves, but they were so huge that I chopped them up, and I didn't go with 4, I went with 3 because they were so big. I'm gonna put those in there, and I wanna finely mince this up first just to make sure that it's evenly minced before we add anything else. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with a gigantic piece of garlic in your mouth. That was my side note. Moving on, let's mince this garlic. Once minced, push it down. Then we are going to take 1/3 cup of almonds, raw almonds. They do not need to be toasted or roasted first. And then we will chop these up in there. Once your almonds are chopped, we're gonna add all the rest of our ingredients. So we have our 1.5 cups of sun-dried tomatoes that have been rehydrated. We have 1/4 cup of virgin olive oil, cold pressed. Any olive oil will do that you have on hand. We have 2 cups of roughly chopped basil, and because this is going to get finely blended up, if it's basil that's a little bit wilty or not as gorgeous and perfect as basil can be, it's totally fine. You're not going to notice once it's minced up in this recipe. We also are going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, and 3 tablespoons of water. And the reason that I saved the water that our sun-dried tomatoes soaked in is because there's all this beautiful, sweet, luxurious sun-dried tomato flavor already infused into this water, which is really complimentary. So I'm gonna take the water from here as opposed to from the faucet, and then we shall blend, taste, and see how it goes. Now we shall check. With anything that you do in a food processor, you oftentimes need to push the sides down and blend one more time before finalizing whatever you're working on, because when the blade initially spins, everything flies up on the sides. So there's pieces of garlic down here that could be more finely integrated into this pesto. So I'm gonna push everything down, blend it one more time, and then we will taste it and see if it needs any additional ingredients before we stuff our faces full of pesto. My freaking favorite. The stuff is like crack to me. Once I start, it's really hard to stop. Oh, so good.
How many times have you done crack?
Never, but they say it's really addictive. That's what I meant. It's so on point, so delicious. Oh, I can't wait to smother this on something and eat a lot of it in one sitting. I was at the beginning hesitant. I haven't made this in a while, but I was thinking 1/2 teaspoon of salt didn't seem like enough, but it was perfect. It was more than enough. It's good to go. So now we shall plate. And we're plated magically. I cleaned everything up. I made myself some sourdough toast because this is absolutely my favorite way to eat this pesto. It's really the only way I eat it. It is such a nice little snack. So I'm gonna take a bite now. And then if you'd like, stick around, and I'm gonna talk more about other ways you can use this recipe, ways you can change it, why it's an awesome thing to have on hand, and share with you all my little tidbits as per usual. I'm so excited. This stuff is so freaking good. The party in my mouth. Stick around. Okay friends, let's talk some more about this awesome pesto. My mouth is a little burny and weird feeling because I have an intolerance to garlic, but it's so worth it because it's so delicious. And I wanted to let you guys know more about pesto in general. I think everyone associates pesto with a green sauce or paste because generally the typical traditional pesto, which most people are familiar with, is basil, Parmesan, pine nuts, Parmesan cheese, and garlic. And so this is a little bit different, but it's more of a Sicilian style pesto with the almonds and the sun-dried tomatoes. And there's no cheese in it, which is nice for those of you who are dairy free. But this is one of my favorites because it's super flavorful and I like the sweetness that comes from the sun-dried tomatoes. It's really nice. And then you have the aromatic garlic and the basil, a little bit of spice from the red pepper flakes. And it's a different flavor combination than any traditional pesto. And it's just one that never gets old for me. And some fun ways that you can use this at home besides just spreading it on a piece of toast like I did. You could do a fancier version of like a sourdough baguette and put the pesto on there and slice it up and make a nice fancy appetizer out of it. And then top it with a dollop of goat cheese is really tasty. Maybe even a little basil leaf for looks. And also, of course, pesto is often used in pasta, so you can thin it out with a little bit of water since it's more of a paste. This recipe is more of a paste. Thin it out with a little bit of water, mix it with pasta, or use it as a sandwich spread, or use it as a dip, or stuff a chicken breast with it. The possibilities are really endless, and also this recipe is great because the garlic in there and the vinegar act as preservatives, so it's going to last in your refrigerator for up to 10 days. So it has a long shelf life in your refrigerator. You can also freeze it and save it for later if you're not going to use it all. So I think that is all I have to say. I hope you could try this recipe at home or some version of it. You can definitely make substitutions if you like. You could sub out walnuts for almonds. You could use pine nuts instead. You could add some Kalamata olives into it, which is a really nice touch. But be creative, give it a try, see if you find it to be as addictive as I do. It is such a good snack, full of lots of nutrients too. So great thing to have on hand. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions or anything at all. Let us know. Happy cooking. Hey y'all, if you didn't know, one of the best ways that you could support my husband and I doing Premo Cooks, if you like our content, would be to like, subscribe, or comment. Any of those things or all of those things would be super appreciated. Thank you for watching. Use it as a pizza spread. Pizza spread.